everyone, I'm Lisa Konicki, and this is Off the Record. In this episode, we're sitting down with LANY's Paul Klein to dive into the incredible album Soft. The album is vulnerable and some of the most personal storytelling Paul has ever shared. We talk about the real-life love stories behind the songs, how a life-changing car accident pushed him toward a creative clarity, and why he believes Soft just may be LANY's best album yet. Paul opens up in a way that fans have never heard before. So let's get into it. This is Off the Record.
All right.
Well, Paul, thank you for coming to Off the Record, an American songwriter.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. You're with LANY.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we want to talk about your new music and stuff. But
Cool.
there's a couple of things I want to do before that, before
right.
we get into that. But I did want to congratulate you. Tomorrow night you are debuting on the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah,
Tell me about that. Are you excited about that?
I am, and I feel like it's a lot bigger deal than I realize. I mean, I know it's a big deal, but if I think about it too long, I might get nervous. But when I went to Belmont, I remember taking a tour of the place, like almost as a field trip or something. And I'm not sure I've been back, but I know it's like a really prestigious thing, and I'm not sure why they invited us to do it, but I'm really, really thankful.
Yeah, it is a great honor. Mm-hmm. And you did go to Belmont, so
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
kind of familiar with Nashville.
I am.
Do you have any favorite haunts that you like to go back to, or that you were?
Well, I'm pretty upset. My favorite coffee shop no longer exists. Portland Brew.
Oh,
That was my spot.
I bet a lot of things don't exist anymore from when you were here.
Well, that one stung.
Yep.
I used to wipe tables at a restaurant here called Urban Flats that also no longer exists.
Yes.
But this is a beautiful city.
It is a
and
beautiful
I'm really thankful for the role that it's played in my life.
What do you do when you come to town?
I basically just write songs.
Yeah. So you hole up somewhere and write?
I love coming here. I feel like the songs that come out of this town really resonate with me, and kind of I always just leave here feeling like I've made a few steps in the right direction as far as like the songs that we write and the music that we're making, and so yeah, I really come here just to do that, you know.
Does it energize you? Give you a little energy when you come here?
100%. I love coming here. Like I said, like I never leave empty-handed ever. I'm always walking out of here with something to work on and to work with.
So you're gonna write a hit this time that you're in town now?
I hope so. I think I did yesterday, honestly. But yeah, and if not, it's still a good exercise.
Yeah.
You know.
So would that be on your next album, or is it anything you could share about it, or no, you don't want to give it away?
You know, I'm going to keep that closer to the chest,
Okay.
but we do have some plans.
Okay, good. I can't wait to hear it. But what we like to do here on Off the Record is start with some random questions just to loosen you up a little bit.
Yeah,
Off the top of your
loosen
head.
me up.
Yeah, off the top of your head. No hard-hitting stuff or
Okay.
anything like that. So we're going to start with, what's a nickname you were called growing up?
Paulie?
Paulie?
Yeah.
That's easy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sleeping, socks, or no socks?
No socks.
No socks.
What, do you do socks?
No.
Okay, yeah. We're not like sociopaths.
We're not.
Yeah.
But there are some people here that do socks,
Ooh.
and they're sociopaths.
Yeah, that's
Go-to movie after a hard day. Movie or show after a hard day. What do you want to watch?
I love a 2020. I love to feed my mind with just crime and violence before I go to bed.
See, I thought you were going to say something to relax you, but crime and violence will do it.
I'm being kind of I'm joking, but
Yeah.
I have seen like almost every 2020.
Yes.
My favorite show of all time is MasterChef, though.
Oh, that's a great one.
Gordon Ramsay is he's my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to cook?
I would love to. I don't really know how, but I do think it's like the greatest and sexiest skill set of all time.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I wanted to take cooking lessons because I'm not that great at it, but I never got around to it.
I'd love to. I just don't have time to like breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a story about your life, who would play you?
Oh, I don't know.
Any actor that you like or follow along with?
I mean,
I'm trying to think, looking at you now.
I'm trying to think. Sorry if I
No, you're fine.
take it too long.
No.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I'd probably want to play me
Oh.
in a movie.
There you go. Are you interested in acting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? It's something you could see yourself doing?
I grew up doing it.
Yep.
And like theater and stuff.
Okay.
And did some like local, things in Oklahoma where I'm from. So, yeah, I think it would be an interesting creative outlet for me to explore further later.
That's awesome. What's the most absurd superstition that you secretly follow?
I like to wet my hair before we play shows. I don't really go on stage with my hair dry. I just, because I'm going to sweat up there anyways. Yep. And I like to just kind of start wet.
So people can't tell you're sweating, maybe?
It's just like there's something about it. And
yeah.
I got my hair back today, but it's more fun to play shows when you have some hair to like whip around.
Moving around and the water's flying off it.
And so I think that's like a superstition. I feel like our shows are better and I'm better when my hair's wet.
That's awesome. If we opened your refrigerator right now, what would we find?
Oh, rows of Diet Coke. Rows of Coke Zero, Diet Dr. Pepper. Those are my two, like, I heard someone refer to them as fridge cigs the other day, and I was like, that makes so much sense to me.
I like that.
I will just throw down 4 DDPs every night without even thinking about it. Probably some Thai leftover from like the night before from this place in LA called Ruin Par that I love to go to. And it's my dinner and then like my lunch the next day.
So it's kind of bare.
Yeah, well, we got what we need in there.
Yeah.
Maybe some eggs.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you could wear one color every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Black. Yeah.
Well, you got the blue jeans on, but okay, so I feel like we're a little loose now.
Yeah, we're loose.
You ready? You ready to go for the hard hitting?
Yeah, thanks for warming me up.
Yeah, not a problem. So I did want to rewind a little before we do get into the album and talk about you getting into music and your journey. You were a former model, from what I when I was preparing for this, I read
that I started playing piano way before I was doing that.
You're trained classically?
Yes, ma'am.
So was that a family thing that they got you into it, or you just were interested in it at an early age?
No, I had no say in it. My mom just kind of pulled me aside. I was 5, and she was like, "We're starting piano next week." And I'm like, "Really?" We didn't even speak about this. And so I started piano lessons when I was 5, and every Tuesday at 3:30 with Miss Barbie. I spent the next 13 and a half years with her.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
She's still with us?
She's not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got her tattooed on me, though.
Get out.
Yeah.
Is it her name?
Yeah, her name's Barbie, but without the E. So I got the Barbie logo without the E.
Oh, I love that.
On a bracelet tattooed. And I broke my wrist, so I got some gross scars right now.
Don't look too close. And how'd you break your wrist? Do you want to say or not?
Went to the gym, and there was a group class going on, and somebody in the group class put a wedged platform behind the treadmill. I didn't see it, jumped off backwards, and broke my wrist.
That'll hurt. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Super, super annoying.
So I wanted to talk about, you were talking about playing classical music, classical piano. Do you remember the first song that you wrote and what age you were when you wrote it?
I don't know about, I think I probably wrote like a chorus or some, rough version of a song when I was like probably, I would say like 10 or 11.
Okay, so early.
And then of course I wrote a song to ask this girl I liked to go to prom with me.
You know what I mean? Yes.
So you start putting the pieces together around that age, I think. And, but yeah, for the most part, it was a lot of training and sight reading and theory, which, wasn't very fun. I got to be honest. Maybe when I have kids one day, I might try to reframe that approach to music because I feel like I might have been able to fall in love with it earlier, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you feel like because you were forced into doing it, you didn't like music in the beginning?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, piano felt like a punishment. You know what I mean? It felt like or just something I had to do, right? And but I want to say shout out to my mom because she did make me do it.
And
she didn't give up,
yes.
even though I probably was a probably a menace.
You wanted to quit?
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like I think like I had a great teacher who was really kind to me. So I wasn't ever like scared of her, but I also wanted to do my homework,
Yeah.
And I could tell that I was getting kind of good at it. And then, but I wish that there had been like a earlier introduction to the creative side of it versus just like, this is Beethoven, this is Bach, this is Debussy and things like that.
Right.
So,
Wanted to be able to do your own stuff
Yeah.
earlier on. At what point was the transition that you fell in love with music?
I think when I just honestly started playing in youth group,
Okay.
like in a band setting, and that was pretty cool because I got to learn that I cannot be playing all the time when everyone else is playing. So I got to learn, like, I think I started going to youth group like 6th grade or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, they needed a keys player, so I mean, I'll do it. So
What were you listening to back then when you were starting into music?
I think John Mayer was like was a early kind of favorite and stand out to me. It was one of like, my mom always had the Beatles or Michael Jackson on in the car, so she got like, I remember that was always on. But John Mayer was like the first thing that I found, I feel like.
Your own.
And then my mom liked it, and so we'd listen to it in the car and stuff.
Have you met him yet?
Yes, ma'am.
You have. How was that? Good? Meet your idols?
I gotta say he's the best.
That's awesome.
We went on tour with him in 2017 and opened for him. Played 7 shows with him, and
Oh, wow.
he's been just like really. He's just stayed relatively involved, and not in like he's always checking in, but in a way that like he checks in enough to where I feel like he cares. And
That's great to hear.
yeah, so we opened for him, and we played the Forum for the first time, supporting him. And then when we headlined it ourselves, I walked into the dressing room, and there was a guitar that he had left me and written me a note.
No
And,
way.
I just think like he went over, like he goes above and beyond, and I thought that was like really, really amazing, and I want to be like that.
That's great,
for
yeah.
others,
Do you still have that guitar?
Of course.
Do you play it on stage, or you have it in a glass case?
Okay, so I live in LA, and
Yeah.
my house was really close to the fire,
Oh, no.
and I'm totally good.
Okay.
But it was probably the scariest like 15 minutes of my life because it happened out of nowhere and it happened really quick.
Yeah.
And the only 2 things I grabbed from my house were the guitar that he gave me, and then this like safe off of Amazon that has this letter he wrote to me in it. So those are the only 2 things. I went up to my closet and I was like, what am I supposed to like grab my favorite pair of jeans? I was like, I can't decide. I love all of these. so like,
we'll let them all go.
Yeah. So yeah.
But so the fires did not hit your house. You're
No,
you're
but
good. And
it was about as close as you could get.
yeah, that was rough. Sorry that all that happened. That was
all right.
awful. Yeah.
I'm blessed.
Well, I wanted to also we talking about you, but how did you get into forming LANY?
Yeah. I met Jake at the Green Hills YMCA.
Oh, right here.
Yes, ma'am. And he was living in a house with Les, who was the third member of the band.
Yep.
And Jake was playing on everything in town, so I had like heard his name, and I was playing on nothing, so I didn't. I wasn't like trying to start the band with him right away. I just wanted to be friends.
So just hanging out.
Yeah, and then I wound up moving to LA just because I felt in my spirit that I should be out there, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. No jobs, no opportunities. It took me like 3 months to just find a place I could afford on Craigslist, and drove like my Honda Element that had 280,000 miles on or something.
It's amazing.
All the way out there, and I feel like everything in my life started to fall into place when I got there. But I met Jake here.
Did you want to go out there for music? Is that why you were headed that way?
I think so. I just felt like there was something calling me, and I felt like maybe I wasn't. I feel like maybe I wasn't able to be. I think when I was here, I was having a hard time kind of like figuring out who I was, and I think I maybe needed to get out, and that's when I kind of figured out who I was out there. But I had a lot of good training here.
And so were Jake and Les still here while you were out there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you created LANY while you were there and they were here?
Yeah, kind of. And I basically they just started making some songs on a Dell computer, on Les's Dell computer.
Love it.
On Cubase, and I thought it was like really different, and it was at the time like very different than what music was being made at the time here.
Yeah.
And so I called Jake. I was like, man, I like what you're cooking. Like, can I come see you and Les maybe sleep at the house for a week and we write some songs and see what happens? He's like, let's do it. And so I flew back to Nashville. I slept on the couch. We wrote and recorded our first 2 songs like in those 4 days that I was there. And we knew we liked them, but we didn't know what we were going to do with them. And we kind of just like high-fived and like, okay, cool, guys. Like, this is dope. And
Now what?
let's put it on SoundCloud and everything. And I guess our band name will be LANY and see what happens. So we just put it on the internet maybe a few weeks later after we kind of mixed it ourselves and tried to make it sound as good as possible. And then it just... honestly, like it really did kind of take off.
It took off on that. But why the name LANY? Where does that come from? I get the LA, New York thing, but
I just I don't know. Like even when we were starting and not really knowing what it was going to turn into, I still wanted to like give us a chance. And I think like a 4-letter band name is great. And I searched every 4-letter word in the English dictionary, and it had already been like trademarked or taken. And so then I moved to thinking about, the opposite ends of the spectrum and the country and LA, New York. And I was like, that could be cool. Like LA and Y. And then LANY. That's how it happened.
do you have a preference for LA or New York? You obviously live in LA.
Yeah, I love LA.
You do love it.
Yeah, I think I want to live there. I mean, I think I'll be there forever.
Yeah.
But I do think New York is probably one of the most magical places on earth.
It is. It really is.
It's good to visit.
Because you did have a song called Alonica.
Alonica, yes, ma'am.
Alonica, which
Yes,
and the line in there said, "I'm falling out of love with LA."
Yeah, yeah.
So was that just a phase you were going through at that
I'm
point?
sure. Yeah, like every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A new line that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great place, and then it can also just be like an exhausting place.
So going from a trio to a duo,
Mm-hmm.
how does that change the chemistry, or how did things within the band change after that?
Truthfully, not too much.
Okay.
I think, I think the writing had been on the wall privately, and for myself and Jake. And,
Yeah.
I just think that we could see it maybe happening. We didn't know like when or so. I think the best thing is that like now Jake and I can just kind of run full speed.
Right.
And we're so thankful for like our time with Les, and I think he's doing exactly what he wants to be doing, and we're doing exactly what we want to be doing. So, if anything, it was a little bit of it was like it's like a positive thing.
Yeah.
A good thing.
Everybody ends up where they need to
Totally.
be at some point.
Yeah, and I just want to say like we play like 100 shows a year. It's not. This isn't for everybody.
Right.
And I think when we started the band, we just were like, maybe we'll get to play South by Southwest one day. Like that was literally verbatim what we said. And I think we played it within the first 9 shows of our band. So if you didn't know what you were signing up for, and so I think, I just think that like, I think Les wanted to be home a little bit more, and you can't blame him.
Nope.
And so now Jake and I just feel like a responsibility for what we've been given and what we've built, and we love it.
Yeah.
And so now we get to just kind of run as fast as we want.
And A Beautiful Blur was your first album with just the two of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So that leads us, we fast forward to Soft,
Yeah.
which you just released.
Yeah.
Talk about that album and what we're hearing.
On Soft?
Yes.
Okay, I would say that Soft is a little bit of a return to form, but it is with all the things that we've learned along the way. So we started the band. I loved like R&B growing up, and so did Jake. But then we also loved the big global anthemic Coldplay songs and choruses, right? So, but there was this like real R&B influence when we first started the band that I wouldn't say that we grew out of, but we kind of wanted to try other things as we got bigger, and
Right.
we started playing bigger rooms, and we're like, damn, we should probably like get the guitar out. You know what I mean? Like we should probably, what would it sound like if we started using the guitar? Like there's no guitar on our first EPs really, except for like a couple electric guitar like lines, but there's no rhythm guitar. So as we like kind of grew as a band, we wanted to never make the same album twice. We wanted to try new things, knowing that maybe we would fail or maybe it wouldn't hit as hard, but we just wanted to like evolve. And I think that we got to this spot where we're like, okay, now that we've tried what we want to try, we've learned things along the way, how can we kind of like, is there a little bit like a return to form here with this?
So you kind of came full circle back to the spot.
Yeah.
Maybe a more grown-up version of what you were
Totally.
back then to now.
Yeah, and just probably more refined.
Yeah.
And then also, I think that like our well just continues to get deeper, you know, creatively and lyrically.
Yeah. And actually, reading some stuff about you guys, this album came after an accident that you had,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
car accident that you had. Can you talk
Not
about
just the wrist.
Yeah.
This is the last bad thing that's going to happen to me for a while.
Are you accident prone?
I refuse to voice
To
that,
believe
speak
that. Don't put that out in the universe.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So what happened there? How did this?
Yeah, I just, I was at the gym. I had a Vespa that I love to just like kind of whip around if I'm not going too far. Easy to park in LA.
Have you sworn off Vespas now?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I was just heading home, going straight through an intersection. Someone didn't see me. And I woke up in an ambulance. So I have no idea, like, how long I was out. Somebody would have, like, hit me, then been like, oh, dang, I just hit somebody.
Yeah.
And then, like, got out of the car, probably made sure I was alive.
Okay.
And then we're like, okay, he's knocked out. Call 911. However long it takes for an ambulance or a fire truck and all those people to get there, I don't know. That's how long I was out. So, yeah, broke my face, broke my leg, and then tore all the ligaments in my shoulder except for one. But I did just, I felt when something like that happens, it gives you a little bit of a leg up in life, I think. You got this, like, 35,000 foot, like, view of things that maybe you didn't have before that. And so I had just, while I'm sitting at home recovering, had some time to reflect and was like, there's some things I don't like about myself and there's some things I want to change. And I've been holding on to some stuff that maybe isn't that important and holding on to some hurt that might actually be hurting me instead of helping me and things like that.
So that's where you started, in that time off that you were recovering, is where you wrote this album, Soft?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you use this experience to get through? Did you use the songwriting to get through your experience, what you were going through in the accident?
Yeah, I did try to write a couple songs about getting hit by a car, and I was like, these aren't connecting for me.
No.
Like, I don't think this is going to be the vibe.
Yep.
But it was more, I think there's like a lot of growth happening on the inside that was just somehow reflected in the songs coming out of me, if that makes sense.
Yes.
As I kind of fought to get my softness back, I noticed that I was using like better words, and I just felt like I had a deeper well to pull from, and I just felt like the songs were more honest and beautiful and coming from a better place.
Do you think you would have gotten to that point had you not had this accident?
I would like to think so, but I think probably not. And I think God did me a solid on that.
Blessing in disguise type of thing?
Yeah.
Because you had said, I hope there are some parts of me that died on the road that day. What did you mean by that?
The things that I didn't love about who I was or who I was becoming. And a lot of it had to do with just the position of my heart. Not to sound so spiritual or anything like that.
No, that's great.
Yeah, I think, as you go through life, people hurt you. And how you kind of handle that hurt is kind of like what happens. Like, it kind of changes the way you, like, walk, even physically and also, like, metaphorically in life. And so, because, like, if anyone's been alive long enough, you know that disappointment and betrayal and hurt is inevitable, right? It's just like, what do you do with those things and how do you overcome those those feelings and that adversity. And so I needed a little bit of a wake-up call.
And that disappointment and betrayal allows you to know when you have the love and the good time. It allows you to feel that more deeply.
Totally. And it allows you to develop a sense of discernment too. And you know what? Like, I don't need to trust everybody.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah.
And you guys you were just heading out on tour before this accident happened.
Yeah. So shout out to the team. They were able to move some stuff around in like lightning speed. So got a great team. Thank you guys. Because that's not easy to do. We're rescheduling shows in Australia and New Zealand like overnight. But yeah, most artists would probably cancel it and just be like, we'll see you next time. But that's not really our vibe.
Writing this album, through all that, what do you think you learned? Is there something that you learned about yourself that you hadn't known about yourself before with these songs? And I guess a little bit of the accident thrown in there.
I don't know if I learned some. I mean, yeah, you get to learn what you're made of.
Yeah.
You know.
Resilience.
Yeah. So I think that's cool. I think I'm like a little tougher than I thought. You know, growing up, I was never like the tough guy or the biggest guy or like the hairiest, strongest guy or anything like that. But like, dude, I did get hit by a car and kind of like shook it off. And, so I'm like, maybe I'm a little tougher than I think. But I think a lot of it was just like maybe just rediscovering who I was meant to be.
Yep.
So yeah, it was honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow, that's powerful words. And I do have this. I have the album cover here. It's not. Okay. I'm not going to.
This is why we needed the piece of paper.
This is why I needed the paper. I'm not going to scare you. I have the album cover, and I think I just realized that the symbolization of it with the hands and the bandages, a result of the accident, with the lamb and the softness that you've become. Inside.
Exactly.
So, can you just walk us through it for people that can't see it but are listening?
Yeah.
Describe the album cover and just talk about the theory behind it and why you wanted it.
Yeah, okay. So this is the first time we've ever taken a photo for our album
for
art.
For a cover? Really?
Yeah, and we tried to in the last one. And we even like rolled it out and then we rolled it off. We were like,
it didn't work?
It just didn't feel right.
Okay.
And I was like, man, how do people take a photo for their album art? Like, how do you take one photo that just symbolizes the whole body
Everything.
of work? I'm like,
couldn't do it.
I think it worked with this one because there's no ego in this photo. It's not about like how cool we look or, you know, like we went out to a farm in Ojai to take this exact photo. We found this lamb. His name is Gizmo. He's 3 weeks old here.
I love him.
Yes, and he had just been born. So I wanted to. This to me, or this represents your softness. The lamb. The lamb represents your softness, and the blood and the wrap on my hand represents the strength and the struggle it takes to protect it as you go through life.
I love that.
So that's why we took this photo, and I think I love this photo because of what it represents. We went out there to take it because that's what we wanted our album art to be, and I think that's why it worked, if that makes sense.
It absolutely worked. Yes, I love that. It totally describes the softness of it. I actually wanted to get, full disclosure, I wanted to get a little lamb and bring it in here. I was looking at places to rent it.
That would have been really cute.
But we couldn't get it in time.
Oh, yeah. So. They're actually hard to find.
But they do rent lambs and sheeps and goats and things that you can
Shout out Gizmo
use.
And also R.I.P. Gizmo.
Oh, no, don't tell me that.
I know, but it's a beautiful, poetic story. He lives forever now.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
How did he die? Do we know?
I think it's just one of those nature things. You know?
Nature. Do you believe that writing this album brought you out of your comfort zone a little bit?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I don't maybe have a comfort zone. I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is I think, you asked me about acting earlier, and I'm like, I feel like this is my sole purpose in life. If I ever do anything different, it'll just be because, like, God was like, you can do this too, you know, kind of a thing. But I feel like I'm here to do this. So when it comes to comfort, I don't even consider it. I just, like, the ups and downs of my life have been like on display for everyone via my songwriting.
Yes.
And I feel like you can't have both. You can't be like, I'm not going to do that. You know, like I feel like I've been brutally honest about everything I've walked through, and I think that's why it works. And I think that that's what people expect from me.
Yes. And 2 questions on that. Is there a line that you won't cross? And is there anything that you've regretted being so open and vulnerable and regretting putting it out there?
I guess that there probably is a line. I don't know if I've like found it yet. I'm sure that there's some stuff just like that is inappropriate. No one needs to hear that. But I think that Jake is a really, really great sounding board for that kind of stuff. We have had a few songs where I've written the lyrics and he's like, hey, just want you to know if that goes out the door, like I also go out the door. You know what I mean? And
wow,
and I think that that's really cool. And
great.
he's never unreasonable with it. He's just like trying to protect me and protect us as like we get super old. Like we want to be super old and like have made like the best decisions we could have and try to protect our longevity and be like, I don't think we should say this, and I don't think this might be how you feel right now. And that's cool. You got it off your chest. I don't know if the whole world needs, you know?
Right. And you don't need it to live as that
exactly.
long.
And it's never like throw the whole song out. It's like, you mind changing that one line? And I'm like, and there's one that I changed, and I'm so glad I did.
Which one?
Well, it's on the song Valentine's Day. I've never done these songwriting podcasts, so I'm like, this is really cool. The line now is against her hips I find some help, but it was a little bit more visceral and so I'm really happy that we changed that. I'm just using that as an example.
Well, and you just don't know how people will take some things. You know, just because you have it in you're thinking one way in your head and saying that line could mean something completely different to somebody else.
Yeah, I think everyone would have known exactly what I meant with the other line. And I think maybe that's why Jake was like, maybe we don't
Should
do that.
not put so you need him to do that for you.
But there's also like some songs that maybe I look back on that we've released that I'm just like, oh, we've grown a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that that's cool. Like if we don't have songs that I'm not embarrassed by, then like we haven't.
Then that's a positive.
Yeah, we haven't grown.
Yeah.
Like we haven't evolved. And so, yeah, there's some dumb songs from back in the day that like I wouldn't be mad at deleting, but whatever. They're there. It's part of the story.
Absolutely. And I feel like this album shows the growth from previous albums that you guys have done. So I want to go through a couple of songs.
Okay.
And just, you can talk about the writing experience or whatever, the first thing that pops into your head. Know You Naked is the first song. Talk about that for a little bit.
Cool. You mentioned like it snowing when we got here like earlier this week. It snowed when we were writing the song, and that's one of my favorite memories. I felt like it was such a good sign. But
were you here or in LA?
Here.
I was gonna say it doesn't snow in LA. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like the first week of December last year, and it was I'll often come here for like a week. So this was the first day. And first days are interesting. Some days you kill it, and some days you're just like, oh, that was a first day.
Yep. You killed it with this one. It's a great song.
Thank you. It's been in my my notebook for a long time, and it had different like iterations. Like the first time I saw You Naked was one idea, and then it morphed into Know You Naked. And that song is obviously like kind of spicy, lyrically spicy, but really it's about knowing somebody without any sort of like pretense or filter or like anything in the way of who they are, knowing like the good and the bad and the hopes and the fears, and but it has that kind of like sexy, spicy guise to it,
right? Because a lot of people can take it as you can take it either way. I get to see you naked, or you can talk about inside being naked.
Yeah, it's really
that's kind of how it plays off of that. Act My Age was one that stood out too. I like that one.
Thank you. That's cool because I wrote that one a while ago, and it's been really amazing since we've now put out more than one album to see how songs can live later. For instance, like on A Beautiful Blur, we have a song called "'Cause You Have To" that is the biggest song on the album, and I forgot we wrote it. Like it was in my notes app, and I don't know, like it had fallen through the cracks. I wrote it for this other album called GGBBXX.
Yeah.
And when I found that, and we had almost completed A Beautiful Blur, I was like brought it to the class, Jake and the producer Mike. I was like, yo, is this song any good? I just found it, like, what in the world? And we just started recording it right away. But that was really cool for me to know that songs can live on a different timeline. And just because it might not be for right now, it doesn't mean that it's not forever.
Right.
And Act My Age is one that we wrote a while ago that I just wanted to hold on to, and I just felt like the time wasn't right yet. And it was a no-brainer for this album. And I feel like if we'd put that song out a few years ago, it wouldn't have had the proper color around it that we used on this album.
Last Forever. Last
It's
song.
It's one of my favorite songs.
That's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Last song on the album. You
Yes,
close
ma'am.
with this one.
Of course.
Yes.
Wrote that in Sterling, Kansas, which is a town of 2,000 people, where Nicole Gallion is from. And she is like a big sister to me.
She writes a column for American Songwriter.
She told me that last night
great.
at midnight.
Yep.
We were at her house.
That's great.
That is my dog right there.
Yeah, she's
great. And when I got hit by the car, that was the only person I wanted to talk to.
Wow.
Nicole was the only person I wanted to go sit in a room and like chop it up and start writing songs with. So that's what we did. Steve and I, in July, after I had healed up enough, I got clearance to like take my crutch to Sterling, Kansas. We found one of the only Airbnbs available in town that faced the cornfield.
The one Airbnb.
Yeah. And we just locked in that week, and it was such a beautiful kind of core memory, beautiful chapter in like the book of my life.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we were there. We wrote a song called "Why," which is on the album.
Yep. That's another one of my favorites, actually.
Thank
That
you.
melody and
Yeah,
it's
thank
really
you.
catchy.
That was a good day one.
Yeah.
We had a
that was
couple
day
big-
one too.
Yeah. And then the next day we wrote a song called "How to Hold an Angel," which I think might see the light of day one day.
Okay.
And then "Last Forever," and
That was a pretty good day, I think.
that was
pretty good week.
That was a great week, and I love that song so much. When we were writing it, it was just one of those moments when when it just falls from the sky. It's
Yeah.
just you're just like, dude, I'm having so much fun writing this. I'm not like wondering where we're gonna go on the second verse. I know somehow we all know exactly where we're going. It was one of those days where everyone's like high fiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this album, listening to it, a lot of love songs on there. Are these all individual times and places? Is it about one person? Is it not about a person? Is it about a relationship with life, with growing up kind of thing? How would you sum up the album, what it's all about?
Yeah. I mean, I am in love. And I think that probably shows.
So did this come from that relationship?
That this album
Yes.
or these songs? I
Yeah,
mean,
these songs.
I think so, because I like to write from an autobiographical place. But I do want to say that I never write songs hoping that people are like, man, I had no idea Paul thought that or felt that. I want people to find themselves in our songs.
Yeah.
I don't really care about my story. I'm only using my story because I feel like I'm not alone in these thoughts and these feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just going to articulate them or put them in a frame for people so that they can find themselves in it too. So it's not really, these songs really aren't about me, they're about us, and they're about being alive, and and all the songs that I like and grew up listening to, like I never was thinking, oh, I didn't know John Mayer like felt that way. I'm like, oh, I just found myself in those songs, and to me I think that is the magic of music.
Yeah. And I feel like they are all an appreciation for love and life.
And isn't every song a love song to a
Basically.
certain degree? Yeah.
Pretty much that's where they stem
Are we
from,
all
right?
just like obsessed with it? And
Everybody wants to be loved.
Yeah, right?
Yes. So there's a song on there, Destiny.
Yeah.
That one I felt like, where I did feel like other ones were about a specific person, but you could also find yourself in them. Destiny, I felt like could be about a person, but I felt like it wasn't really about a person. It was more of you have your arms open for what's next.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
And guess what?
Am I right?
That's my girlfriend's name.
Get out.
So see, that the thing is like, that's what I wanted to write that song, because it is her name, but it's also like a thing.
Yeah.
It's also like a destination.
Yes.
It's like, and I wanted to really write that song about kind of like your acceptance of your path and like your journey. And So I appreciate you saying that, because
Yeah.
that was it's almost like you alley-ooped me right there.
That's what I try to do here. Is alley-oop.
You lobbed that to me nicely.
Because I will say, as I first was doing a couple of run-throughs, it was a love song to me. It was about somebody. But then as I got deeper into the album and kind of connected the dots, I was like, this is not necessarily about a specific person.
And you're right.
Yeah. Look at me knowing my stuff.
Come on, Lisa.
So what's the message you want people to take away? I know you want them to have their own thoughts, but is there something that you would love for them to be thinking about when they listen to Soft?
Not. Look, I want people to live their lives and think about what they want and feel what they want. I do just want to be. I want to be a band that they can like. I want to be a band for life. I want to be a band that people can lean on and count on. I'm obsessed with longevity and legacy and the pursuit of excellence and protecting what we've been given. It's just not often you see people go through. I just want to have a great career, and do you know what I mean? And
I do.
I want to be really cognizant of the moment that we're in. Like, these are the good old days, and see how long we can make them last.
Yeah.
And be there for people. And there's so many people making music. There's so many great options and so many things to listen to. But we'll always be there for people.
And I feel like being authentic, and which it sounds like this album is something that people gravitate towards and can relate to. And I think if you just keep doing that, I think you're going to be here for a while.
Yes, ma'am. I think like we just go through life and take note and stock of the things we've experienced, and then we write about them in a truthful and honest way.
Yeah.
So people feel less alone about what they're going through, right?
That's all you can ask for,
Yeah.
really. So you guys are kicking off a tour next year,
Yes, ma'am.
2026.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little. What are people going to see when you get out
we're
there?
excited. We're working on the set list and the stage design right this second.
Right now.
In between everything else.
Writing.
Yeah. We are starting in Dubai. We've never been there.
Wow,
So,
I hear that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it,
Yeah.
but it's going to be great. It's going to be a big show. It's our first time there. It's going to be a very big show.
That's going to be exciting.
And then we go to India for the first time next year.
Wow.
So to play Lollapalooza. And then, we got a beautiful year. We've only announced the first half of it. But
there's more.
We've announced like the first half of the world tour.
First leg.
Yes, ma'am. But I think we're going to play a lot of the new songs because I think that they're definitely speaking to people.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I'm looking forward to playing all of those songs and then also playing as many of the other ones that people like. I think we're going to have a few more people on stage with us.
Some guests?
Well,
or
just some players.
Band?
Yeah, like I think, as we continue to grow and play bigger rooms, it would be nice to have more people on stage with us. I only have two hands. Jake only has two hands.
And one's broken.
And one of them's broken. Yeah, exactly. So we need some help. And no, I think it's cool. I think it's a great step in the right direction and a good investment in our future. And we want to have more people up there playing with us. So that would be really cool to hear, to see, to feel as a fan. And I think this will be it'll be our best tour yet. It always is. We'll find a way to one up ourselves. Yeah.
Each year it just keeps getting better and better. So the holidays are coming up before you head out on tour. Any holiday plans? What are you going back to LA or?
Well, half of my family's here right now.
Okay.
For the Opry.
Oh,
everyone's turning up. So we're running out of guest passes.
You could come up with more.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's cool. That's awesome because
Yeah.
I know Thanksgiving's around the corner.
2 weeks, yeah.
I think I'm just gonna chill for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Back in LA.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas yet, but I am from Oklahoma and I should probably go back there.
You should.
Yeah.
Are your whole family still in Oklahoma?
My
or
mom
are you
and dad.
all
Yeah.
siblings?
My sister's in LA with me.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. She's killing it. She cuts hair, so that's a life hack for me. I don't have to pay for a haircut.
I was just saying, she do your hair. Yeah. That's
it's
nice to have.
Yeah, it's a cheat code for sure.
And I did want to touch on what I saw is you have a clothing line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. You just did a partnership
Yes,
with
ma'am.
Elwood.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little. What are we seeing
Man, that was
there?
so cool. That
Yeah.
like, so growing up in Oklahoma, I just started dressing a little bit different, and I just thought, wow, it's a really cool way to express myself.
Yeah.
And have always loved clothes, and it's been really cool to see young men especially kind of maybe care a little bit more about like their presentation.
What they look like. Yeah.
Because growing up, if you played sports, it was kind of like you don't think about what you wear, stuff like that. Now you got like high school quarterbacks with like fit pages on TikTok. So
That's true.
it's interesting to see.
Yep.
But I love it just because it just means like the boys are getting dripped and like they're looking fly. But yeah, I had an amazing time. Elwood is a clothing company based out of LA that has just evolved even in the last couple of years that I've been working with them. But one of the guys there just invited me in and said, hey, would you be interested in designing a line with us? We've never had anyone outside of Elwood design stuff, but we love the way you dress. And I was like, so we can just make anything? And he's like, we can try and to make anything. So we wound up making a leather jacket.
Wow.
And some cool like button-ups. And I've got just some things in my closet that I've collected over the years that I feel like are staples and were kind of hard to find as well.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it shouldn't be this hard to find. Like, I shouldn't be having to buy my striped T-shirts off Amazon Prime. Like,
And everyone should have one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love these cardigans that I wear, and I find it's hard to find them. So maybe I can just make them for people.
Yeah.
So it was cool, and it's cool to see my friends. Like Steve's wearing the half zip right now that I made.
Steve.
And it's just dope to see the guys looking good and this stuff. It was like a really new feeling for me because I kind of wrote about it in this caption I put out. But seeing it on like your friends and them like carrying themselves, it feels like it was like an act of service now. Like designing these clothes, knowing that like guys would walk around maybe with like their
Feel a little better.
Yeah, and like maybe feel better and like a little bit more swagger and stuff. So it was
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah.
So is this something you see progressing down the road, doing more of that?
I would really love that.
Yeah.
I started a company called Empty, which we print all of our merch on now. So it's been a big like cultural point for us in LANY, like our merch.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of people like our merch, and I've had so much fun over the last decade like designing all of it, but we were kind of beholden to like the stock at Gildan. You know what I mean? Like what does Gildan have for us to print on?
Yes.
And a lot of times I say that like it doesn't matter how good your art is if the canvas isn't very fire.
Yep.
So we were
Agreed.
trying to make like a better canvas for people.
Yeah.
And so just recently we've been able to fully transition all of our merch onto our own blanks.
Oh, nice.
So we make all of our own hoodies and crew necks and tees and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And it's been a real pain in the butt and tough to figure out, but I think in the long run it'll pay off. And
It'll be worth
and
it.
then and I'm sure some of our friends, like our artist friends, they'll want to print on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll send some out to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Get them wearing it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
coming
having
in.
me.
Appreciate it, and good luck with Soft.
Yes.
It's out now, and take a listen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Paul from LANY, and if you want to know more about the songs off our album Soft, you can check this out on Off the Record.